Hi everyone, I'm Eartha and I'm an international student here in Alberta, Canada. And I'm here to share with you my experience as an international student. So yeah, if you're interested, then I guess just keep on watching. I'm taking business administration, majoring supply chain at Bow Valley College. So right now I cannot really say much about a supply chain major because I'm yet to take my major courses this spring. So if you're interested, probably you can just type it in the comments or send me an email send me a message so that if I have something to share eventually, then I can just prepare another video for that. But so far, what I can say about my experience at Bow Valley College is that I'm really enjoying it because first of all, the flexibility they offer, I can actually choose my class schedule. So last winter I only have like 2 classes, so for the rest of the week I do my assignments and I get to go to my part-time job. With that, I don't really feel overwhelmed and I get to do a lot of stuff. The second thing I like about Bow Valley College is that the faculty, the staff, and the personnel are really welcoming and they're open to ideas and questions. I didn't really feel like I cannot come to them whenever I have a concern, and they actually encourage and proactively encourage student engagement, which is really nice because like me personally, I like to be involved, and with that I feel like I'm really doing something and I am part of the Bow Valley College community. And then last thing that I want to say that I really like about Bow Valley College are the services that we have. We have a lot of departments and opportunities and programs, I guess, that are for the success of the students, not only with the academics but personally and also with the careers. We have services like learning success services, we have academic advising, we have learning support, peer tutoring, we also have student wellness mentors, free counseling, and I guess the service that I mostly use is the writing support for my projects. So I really like that particular service because I'm not really good with report writing, assignments, and all those stuff. So what I do is that before I send my assignment to my professor, then I would send it to them, to the writing support, and they check my grammar, they check like the sentence structure, the report structure, and then give feedback so that I can earn better grades. The major adjustment that I had to do was with the weather because here in Calgary sometimes the weather is just too much. Like you can experience 4 types of weather, I guess, in a day. Like in the morning it will be really hot and sunny, in the afternoon it'll be so windy, in the evening it'll be so cold, and then a few hours later it'll be hot again. My friends and I usually joke that we cannot really dress properly because it's either we'll be overdressed because it's too hot or underdressed because like all of a sudden it'll be too cold and too windy. But yeah, aside that, I'm really enjoying the environment. Everyone here is nice, everyone's accommodating, everyone's polite. It's so polite. So with regards to finances, like cost of living and then paying for your own tuition fee, I would say that if you are working for 20 hours a week, you can actually live decently. Like the rent here normally ranges between 500 to 900. Of course, it depends on the location and how many bedrooms you're looking at, if you're sharing or not. I'm actually sharing with a friend, so I'm only paying for $600 per month, and it already includes heat, electricity, and water. Yet we have to pay for our own phone plan and the internet because it's not included. Yeah, but I would say that you really have to have savings for your tuition fee, because working for 20 hours a week, living decently, and if you want to pay for your own tuition, it will be really hard. Because, yeah, as I've mentioned earlier, like the money you earn from studying, the money you earn working as a part-time student is just enough to live decently. We also have like a restriction. We cannot really work for more than 20 hours unless it's an official term break. So this spring, even though I'm taking 2 classes, since it's my program's official term break, I can work for more than 20 hours, which is helpful for the finances. But I have to say, if you are really depending, or if you're going to be dependent with your earning as a part-time international student, then you will have difficult time paying for your tuition fee. So I want to emphasize that you have to like also prepare for your tuition fee before coming here, so that you don't have to worry, I guess, or you don't have to stress out on that when you come here. I live in Alberta. Why choose Alberta? So actually Alberta is not our first choice, my friends and I, when we were discussing. But what stood out was, number one, Alberta has the most sun. There are a lot of sunny days in Alberta, which we really considered, knowing that Canada is like cold. The weather is really cold here, and we like the sun. We live in a tropical country, so we love sun. So yeah, that's one thing that we considered. The second one would be the tax, because here in Alberta, we're only paying for 5% GST. GST, I think, is goods and sales tax, while with other provinces, you have to pay for like more than that. I heard that in Ontario, don't quote me on this, I'm not really sure, they're paying about 13, I believe, 13-15% tax, which is quite a lot. And having a low tax is, it's really helpful financially. When we were applying, we also considered the minimum wage. Back then, I believe Alberta has one of the highest minimum wage at $15 per hour. So that is one thing that we also considered. And I guess the general vibe in Alberta is not too like a city vibe, and it's not too like a province vibe. We're kind of in the middle, so I believe that our personality just fits in with the kind of culture they have here. Sorry, apparently I don't know how to speak. So the vibe and the culture they have here in Alberta, that's why we chose to study here. As an international student, I guess you have to make sure that you are physically prepared for the weather, especially if you're coming from a tropical country like I do, where we have like on a daily basis positive 20 plus weather. Just really have to make sure that you're ready for that. If you have to bring in some thermals from your country, that is good. When you get here, you can also buy some stuff to keep you warm during the winter, especially. So physically, mentally, of course, because you're gonna studying here is quite different comparing it to like the educational system in the Philippines, because here the goal seems like is to finish a whole textbook, and every week you finish a chapter every week and you have to pass assignments, you have to pass projects, you also have quizzes, which weighs like quite a lot. Like I have midterms which weighs 20% of my grade, finals is 30%. So if you want to have a good academic standing, then you just have to make sure that you have systems in place to help you study so that you don't get overwhelmed, because sometimes, trust me, it does get overwhelming. What else? Financially, as I've mentioned earlier, being an international student is quite expensive. You have to pay for your tuition, and there's actually, as I mentioned, the restriction that you can only work for 20 hours. So you have to prepare for that so that you don't add additional stress to yourself. And lastly, I guess emotionally, you have to make sure that you have the support you need. Well, I don't have any relatives here, but I'm lucky to have friends who came with me to study here in Canada as well. So whenever I feel like sad, I feel homesick, then I go to them. But yeah, having that emotional support. And also I have to mention, like in our school we have counseling, so whenever I feel overwhelmed, I just go to them and speak to the counselors. Just have to make sure that you prepare yourself for that, because sometimes you get culture shock, you are adjusting in all the aspects of your life, and actually mentally, emotionally, socially, and all those stuff. It can be tiring, it can be tedious, it can be overwhelming. So if you have that emotional support, then your life would be so much easier, I guess. Those are the things that I have in store for you right now. If you have any questions, you can just type it in the comments or send me a message, so that if I have something to share, then definitely I would. So I guess that's it for this video today, and I hope you guys are having a lovely day, and see you in the next video, I guess. Bye for now.